Kitana Mansell's catering company uses ingredients most of her clients have never heard of, let alone tasted.
So I'm making kunzia butter, which is a Tasmanian native edible plant called kunzia.
Her company Palawa is Tasmania's first Aboriginal food business.
I think it's a great way of educating people about what is Australian food, and usually people say lamingtons or Vegemite, but really we've got such a unique flavour and culture behind what we do.
She operates from commercial kitchens on site at Kitana, Risdon Cove, which was handed back to the Aboriginal community 26 years ago.
Imagine all the opportunities that we can take if we get more land back.
Land handbacks have been central to treaty talks across Tasmania.
Those are the areas of lands that should come back to Aboriginal people.
Former Governor Kate Warner and Law Professor Tim McCormack have been tasked by the state government to come up with a report on a pathway to a treaty. They've toured Tasmania, attending big gatherings as well as small meetings with family groups and individuals.
It has been wonderful in many ways, often disturbing, uplifting sometimes, but often extremely sad, and we realise how daunting our project is.
Professor Warner believes acknowledging the past should be part of a treaty process.
Once people understand the truth, the ongoing effects of dispossession, that will make it easier to accept terms of a treaty.
Those terms could include compensation, representation in Parliament and a sharing of resources, including water rights and land handbacks.
The 116 million that the state government raises on land tax off our land, should be given to Aboriginal people.
Palawa woman and owner of an indigenous legal practice, Leah says it's important land handbacks include freehold titles.
At the end of the day, we need to be able to have commercial dealings on country so we can support ourselves.
Tasmania isn't the first state to work towards a treaty. Victoria, the Northern Territory and Queensland have embarked on the process, and Western Australia already has an agreement covering the southwest of the state.
We're talking about an area of land almost 5 times the size of Tasmania, and the Western Australian government and the Noongar people have reached a settlement over management of that land.
A treaty for Tasmania is likely to be complicated. There's debate over who should be able to identify as Aboriginal following changes to the government's eligibility criteria in 2016.
I mean, who's going to represent the Aboriginal people of Tasmania in the negotiation of a treaty without some resolving of the fraught question of identity?
Rodney Dillon believes several treaties might be needed to cater for different groups across the state.
We can start a treaty, and it might take 2 more generations to address the issues to finish the treaty. And I think there'll be continuous treaties as well.
Advocates say Aboriginal people won't be the only beneficiaries of a treaty.
It's not just a desire of the Aboriginal community in Tasmania, it's the wider population that are really, I suppose, want to move on with this issue, settle it. A lot of people feel uncomfortable.
Confronting an uncomfortable past while the next generation of Aboriginal Tasmanians set their sights on a treaty for the future. Fiona, Blackwood, ABC News.